Welcome back to We Three Thieves. Woohoo! The official luxury auto partner of Welcome back to another episode of We Three Thieves, presented by Lexus, the official auto partner pottery. What? Welcome back to another episode of We Three Thieves. Thank you so much to Lexus for this incredible lounge where my incredible guests can rest. Hello, let's hear the intros. Roll it.
Fire away.
Oh, no, please.
Oh, well. Well, hello, I'm Josh or Ellum, whichever. And,
What's your last name?
Okay.
Bingle.
My last name's Bingle.
It's real.
It's an actual thing. There is a literal Christmas carol about me that goes jingle, jangle, jingle, here comes Mr. Bingle. With another message from Chris Bingle. I don't know the rest of the words, so we're just clapping like idiots. Okay.
Well, welcome, Josh. Welcome, Ellum.
By the way, that was more in tune than most of your karaoke singing.
Okay. All right.
Thank you so much. Welcome.
Why did you disagree?
It's bad. All right, carry on.
I'm a current game dev consulting for a really cool company that I can't say here, but we'll hear about it at some point.
Awesome.
At some point.
So game dev, streamer, and American version of Ellum.
Yes.
And Ellum is a streamer.
And European version of him.
You're also freakishly tall.
Should you do a height check?
Sure.
I am substantially taller than you.
We're like it goes like dun dun dun.
Dun, dun.
Okay, so welcome to We Three Thieves. We have a couple, mostly just yip yapping, which you guys are great at. I know you both have been told to bring something to show and then tell us about. So being our first timer, what have you brought?
Okay, well I don't live here, so I had to go with kind of, a recent sentimental thing. So I brought these goggles. Now, these goggles actually were from our trip from Japan we all went on. Japan, it's a wholesome one. I was trying to go with the troll one before. I don't have anything troll with me. But I've always wanted to go to Japan. And, I got to go with these guys. And this is from the snowboarding segment of it. It was dope as hell. And it was like the best holiday I've ever been on.
By the way, fantastic. We went, if you guys don't know, we went to Japan, but then we took a flight to Sapporo. And then we took a 2.5-hour bus ride to Niseko. And that's where like this resort we stayed at was that had like, it was like a ski in, ski out resort with like the most incredible snow. And like the hotel itself, like I didn't realize this, you literally have, like there's a ski rental place inside of the hotel. You do that and then you pay for it and then they're like, you're good. We're gonna take that to the lockers for you. Just go to the lockers in the morning. You go down to the locker section, bam, you put on everything and then you walk out and then they help you with your skis and then you're just skiing like 2 feet out of the hotel. Boo, 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 boo. You take the ski lift up and then when you come down the ski lift, you just go to the left. You're in front of the hotel. It's just like the craziest experience.
And this guy, greatest instructor we've had. This is Blau's ski school right
Blau
here.
Ski School himself in the flesh.
That's right.
The famous Blau ski school.
I taught you how to snowboard. Everyone thinks I just do ski. I taught you how to snowboard.
Was it stressful, by the way? Like doing all of, I feel like if I hit a bunch of beginners who had never done it before, I'd be like, one of these people are probably gonna break their leg.
I'm gonna be honest, and I'm sorry, Leslie. But okay, there's like with Ellum, and like, yeah, I am worried that like when he falls over, he's gonna cause an avalanche or something. But like, I can teach him to snowboard. I'm not too worried about it. I will admit, with you and Tina, I'm terrified teaching you guys.
Wait, Tina was crazy by the end of it.
Bro, Tina was crushing
Tina was going
it
off
by
the freaking like.
No, it's you guys are good, but it's like it's the fact that you guys scream. Like I'll randomly I'll be going down and I just hear something, and I'm like, oh, my students. Like I'm trying to like help Ellum out of snowboard, and then you guys just fly by and go.
Here we have one of our star students, Susie.
I'm getting scared.
Oh, you're crushing it. Yeah, check out our sick black.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Skiing is scary. It's an objectively very dangerous thing. I'm like, wait a minute. Who gave us the green light to like get on these things that like just slide down the snow and gain speed and we're going downhill and it's all beginners, by the way. Like, so like I think about how little control I have going down and then I think about all the other people who probably also have little control and we might all crash. Anyway, so yeah, great trip to Japan. I'm glad you brought some memorabilia back.
You want to try them on?
No.
Last time I brought a very important and sentimental hockey glove to me, but this time I brought a fidget spinner that I bought in the TikTok shop a week ago. Anyways, I brought it for sentimental reasons because it reminds me of RX-78, the Gundam. That was a bit, see, they know. Yeah, it's literally the same color scheme as that. And I was a big Gundam fan. Do you ever have that thing where you're like, when I'm done with my life, I just want to do this one thing? Like maybe it's like painting or like say. My one thing is I want to build Gundams. The little like
yeah.
Gundam. Yeah, we'll talk.
We'll talk.
Because it's
like,
apparently,
getting
it's,
excited.
you know what I mean? It's like the little Gundam figurines. I want to like delicately paint them, and like I envision myself kind of like an old man, but instead of like building like birdhouses, I'm like an old man in a garage, and I just paint Gundams. That's why I brought
But
this.
Leslie was like, yeah.
No, well,
yeah.
I never played with Gundam. I knew my brother liked Gundam
I
Wing and
loved
stuff,
Gundam
but
back in the day.
My item is the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone book, but it has a clock on it. This is a gift from Ray, and if you open the book, oh, it's just like a hole in the book where the
Oh, wait,
clock
what?
is. It's nothing crazy.
You
But-
can't even read the book.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. Well, if you can read the
Oh,
book, it's
you
just
You just fill in.
You just fill it in with improvise. Leslie.
Yeah.
Just give us
yeah. It goes Hogwarts, years and flourish and blots with books as large as postage stamps, and a few books never read anything. Some of these. So it kind of like jumps around. But it is. I really love it. I freaking love this book, and I love the movie so much. And Ray was like, she gave this to me. She's like, I'm really bad at giving gifts, by the way. So like, I'm so sorry, bro. This is like one of my favorite gifts I ever got. It's so cool, and it's like telling the exact right time. So now we know it's 12:30.
It's like a. Oh,
It's a clock.
clock,
I was
yeah.
wondering what that was. Oh,
It's a
that's
clock.
dope.
It's a functional clock with the second hands.
You just thought it was a book.
I thought it was a
you just
book
thought it
with
was
a hole in the
middle.
Ellen, do you think, like, why would I just have
Sharpest
a
Ellum comment.
I just carry around a book and there's a hole inside, and I just like the challenge of reading with a giant
I
hole.
thought there was like a thing inside of it. I didn't realize it was a working clock.
Honestly, you got that pretty quickly.
Okay, thank you everybody. Next segment is called Context to Your Contact. So what you do here is you take out your phone and you open your contact section, and we're all gonna just scroll, and then like, you know, we'll like stop, and then you have to like tell us a little story about like how do you know that person.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Who has their context page open? 3, 2, 1, stop.
Oh, was I supposed to be going? Oh.
No, God.
Didn't really. I don't even know who this is.
Okay, then scroll a little bit more, like
Okay.
until you know
What
somebody.
if I just like scroll up and down and I just see where I end up?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well that one I didn't want to.
Well, who is it?
Well, I don't know if I could. No, I can say it. It's just. It just says his name Tinder Girl. So.
Let's hear the story. Let's hear the Tinder Girl. Tinder Girl is crazy.
No, I don't. I
Let's
think
hear
it's
about
a
Tinder
random.
Girl.
I think it was just a random.
You save her as Tinder Girl?
It was a long time ago.
Ellum.
It was a long time ago.
Ellum. No,
It was.
Ellum.
It was a long
Ellum,
time ago.
Ellum, no balls. Give me your phone. Let me call it right now.
No, because I don't think we ever met. It was just
Bro,
someone.
Tinder
I got
girl's
off-
out there. She's crying right now. This is
Oh,
gonna be so
shit.
sad when she sees this.
Oh, it makes you look really bad.
No, that doesn't make you look bad. I think that's fine. Like you just had like a phase in your life where like you were just
Where I was
swiping,
just-
and you're like, hey,
just
number
swiping.
girl, what's up? And then you did it, and then you add her Tinder Girl 1, Tinder Girl 2.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have like? Is there like?
I'm gonna just check that real quick.
Is there? Now I have a question. Do you switch up like the last name? So is there like Tinder girl, like Bumble lass, like Hinge lady? like-
Bumble lass.
yeah. Like how do you switch those up, or is it just always girl?
No, stop.
No, what? What?
No, look.
Say it.
Tinder.
Wait, wait, yeah.
What? Say it.
No, I just have first name Tinder.
There's like
first name Tinder.
There are several
First name
Tinders in his.
Ellum.
Ellum.
It was like 10 years ago. I swear.
Wait, I'm literally not judging, even if that was like today. Like it's fine.
I'm gonna be honest. Based on how I save contacts in my GTA. Sorry, this is really degenerate. But how I save contacts in my GTA phone, that makes sense.
We just never got to the point of speaking. You know, we spoke on Tinder and then.
You never met any of them.
Well, a lot of them, no. Some of them, yes, but not a lot of them.
Why are you stuttering so much,
Bro,
brother?
are you good?
No, not a lot of them. No, not a lot. No.
How's okay? If you're in the UK and you're going like on a Tinder, it's like, dearest Margaret, I would
Why
like to
do you
meet.
think
I
everyone
would
in
like to
Britain
meet you for.
speaks like
I
they're
would
in
like. I would like to
Shakespeare?
escort you to a promenade in the gardens. How do you respond? Is it weird to like send a text message and not like write it? and
How
send it
do
by,
I
like,
speak
carrier?
to you? How do you think? Am I like, oh, dearest Blau? Would you?
I inquire.
I inquire whether you would meet me with me today.
Me and Leslie have said that Ellum's accent's fake.
It sounds fake. Like it sounds like a
Bro.
fake. Someone's trying to do like a really posh fake British accent.
That makes no sense. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
It makes no sense. What do you mean? It sounds so British that
You can't.
When anyone who is American does a British accent, right, they either go super like, ooh, hello there, or they go, all right, mate, how's it going, bruv? Go, give me the peas and honey, bruv.
but those are both like real
Give me a
accents.
bottle of water.
Bottle of water?
Bottle of water, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's
Bottle of water.
is that like that's a real accent?
A bottle, actually,
Yeah,
I know
that's-
I said, bottle of water. There we go.
Oh yeah, he's slowly becoming American, by the way.
Oh,
it's,
yeah,
it's
you
like
should
he's
tell
like
them about
morphing.
this.
He's been living with us for what? I don't know how long now.
Like-
5 months.
Never left.
Do you pay or do you just?
I'm just there.
He's really good about taking out the trash, which is
I'm
awesome.
known as the trash guy now.
You're
so
so good at it. No, I don't know anyone who takes out the trash better than you. It's like incredible. No. Like you're so good at it and you do it so quickly and you're really good at like washing dishes and just like maintaining things. It's really awesome.
Just a clean guy.
No,
you
you're
know?
a really clean person. I love how hygienic you are and just
Thank
in
you,
general,
Leslie.
you're clean. You keep the house clean better than anybody I know. So I just want to say thank you.
Appreciate it. Well, hey, look, she's also been, well, both of them have actually been teaching me about how to do an American accent as well.
All right. Well, what have you learned?
Yo, it's
Hey, man, give me that bottle of water, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
bro.
You got any butter, man?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
Shit. The worst is Ellum's American is becoming like it's the most LA like frat bro.
Yeah,
I can't do it normally. I become Blau. When I do an American accent, I just become him.
Yeah, but
That powder's man.
yeah, bastard, whipping it.
can you say, can I get an eggplant and a banana?
Can I get an egg?
Okay.
What were we talking about?
What was the context of your contact?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, hang on a minute. Yeah. I got roasted for about 15 minutes.
Wow, where were we? I have to do Discord. So I
Sure.
scrolled through my Discord, and the one that landed on S-Fan
S-Fan.
was messaging because he's been dope in GTA RP. He's
Plug your roleplay podcast. Why
okay.
don't
I did.
you?
I was.
Why don't you?
He saw me.
Why don't you
segue?
advertise
Was
your
this the
podcast? You know,
segue?
that's what it is.
No, I wasn't going to.
We're doing a little
I
podcast.
did. I wasn't good. I
We're
literally
doing a
paused because I was like,
podcast.
oh, should I mention that
He didn't even scroll, by the way. He just had this pre-planned.
I literally did
Sick,
scroll. I did
sick.
scroll. I wasn't. I'm not gonna play. it.
Incidentally,
No, I
he
was
had to be
actually.
on my podcast.
No,
which is the
I'm
thing.
not. I'm actually not gonna play. No, the thing I actually want to say that is funny to me about S-Fan, because I have talked to him about this. For the last couple months, he has lived more in GTA RP than he's lived in real life, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Like, if in terms of time sleeping, if
then
we don't count that, yeah, if we only count the
awake.
time that you are awake, he has lived more of his life
As a different
as
character.
Sheriff Cletus Cornwood.
Cornwood.
And there's this hilarious, oh my God, it was literally on TikTok. It was like some girl who was like, I come home every night and my husband is just watching this guy role play as Cletus Cornwood. And you just see S-Man on the TV. Like,
Is there a point if you're doing that where like the accent you're doing takes over from your
Yeah,
real
you hear
voice?
Ray C.
Ray
He speaks in a
C.
Russian accent, like when you're hanging out with him in real life. He'll slip into Raymond Romanov, and I'm like,
You're like, oh,
oh. Okay, the last context to my contact. Mine was, it's actually just chill. It's this girl that from middle school. She was my old best friend. Her name was Jen, and she's still alive. I don't know. I
Okay,
just
yeah.
sound
Her
like
name was Jen.
Well,
I don't know.
I did not think.
Jen
okay.
is still alive.
I kind of loosely thought like 5% when you like, her name was
Yeah,
Jen.
yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, I have 2 stories with her. One, well, basically we were like best friends. We had like necklaces from Claire's. One said best and the other said friend. They were matching. They were like hearts that come together. We had like matching PacSun t-shirts with like these little tigers on them. Anyway, so she was like my best friend and she was so cool. And I was like, oh my God, Jen's my best friend. I felt really cool having her as best friend. Anyways, so one time she had me take care of her hamster, Lil Guy. No, Lil Guy was my hamster. No, Lil Guy was her hamster.
Perhaps named Little Guy.
Yeah, Lil Guy was her hamster. So I was taking care of Lil Guy, right? And she went to a family trip. One day I was like playing with Lil Guy and Lil Guy was like, here. And then I'm like, I get a little sidetrack. I look over and Lil Guy's not there. And I was like, oh my God, I've lost her hamster. So I'm scanning my room, nowhere to be found. I'm freaking out, I'm crying. I'm like, I set up camcorders around the house. And for 5 hours, I'm looking under every bed, in every
Put
corner.
surveillance around
Yes,
that.
I set up
Jesus
surveillance
Christ.
cameras and put food in front of all of them. I looked under the oven. I was like, oh my God, he's gone into the pipes. It's over. He went down the toilet. So I was like, okay.
What?
I'm like, how am I gonna tell my best friend I lost and killed her hamster? Or like, I'm like, or do I just buy a fake or a replacement hamster and she won't recognize it? So, cause it's just a hamster. Anyways, as I'm like sitting there like thinking what the hell I'm gonna do, surveillance cameras everywhere, food everywhere, it's like 2 a.m. My brother comes out of his bedroom and he's holding a hamster and he's like, this thing will not shut up. And he like puts it on the table and he leaves and I'm like, oh my God, Lil Guy. And I put him in the cage, and I like freaking, and then I just like could breathe again. So that was that one.
Where did he go?
He went into my brother's room.
And your brother was just chilling with him?
Yeah, like he just went to bed and this guy, and then he like went and found him, and then anyway, so that was a whole ordeal. So then Jen, the other one is that we had like a very dramatic like a couple of years in 6th grade where like there's all this Zanga drama. Like my friend Brenda started a rumor about like someone getting pregnant, and then like so-and-so like, yeah, like she was starting, it was like weird. We're all, by the way, like 9. Anyways, I remember going down the hallway and looking down into the classroom, and it was Brenda, her mom, and like all of the faculty of the school. And I was like, oh, she's getting expelled for this. And she didn't get expelled, but she got socially rejected from all of us, which is the 6th graders. And somehow the 7th graders thought she was so cool for that and adopted her. And she became cooler. And I was like, she's hanging out with the Sevies. We were called Pixies.
The
and then
Sevies? Bro, this is so American. It's actually hurting my brain.
Okay, well, it's better
actually
than
hurting my brain,
It's
bro.
better than whatever you guys call. Your guys are what? The fiddly wumps? The crackle snampus?
Either way, back to Jen. I think she like started hanging out with some girls that like was like kind of left out. And, but I still wanted to be her friend. We had a really big fight. And then it was the last day of school, which was free dress day. And like, cause you know, uniforms and stuff. So we had a matching shirt, and she called me, and I was like, oh my God, Jen is calling me. She's gonna apologize, and we're gonna go to school, and like, it's gonna be all good on the last day of school. She calls me, I was like, hey Jen. And she's like, hey, I just wanna call to make sure you're not gonna wear our matching shirt tomorrow because I'm wearing it. And I was like,
what?
Oh, okay, I won't wear it. And then she's like, okay, that's it. That's crazy, right? So mean. I threw away our best friend necklace like that. Okay, it was over. And then she wore it, and it hurt to see her in that. It's dark green, like kind of like a forest green with like a tiger, and I still remember it really well. It was so cute.
This sounds like a movie scene. I'm just gonna say.
Dude,
Like,
it was
this genuinely
so
sounds
mean.
like a movie scene.
It was so mean. I still remember it. And then I left that school. That was my last day of school. I didn't even say bye to anybody. Like, it was like how I grew up. It was kind of a sad thing. And like this one guy named Samuk, he was like my kind of like first love type of thing. I spent my whole like 7th grade like fighting our love. Essentially, we listened to Good Charlotte together, like would share earbuds, and his favorite track was like Riot Girl, and like, dude, so good. What? He was the first person that like really liked me, and he said I broke his heart, and I didn't understand that. And then I realized like later how like I liked him too, but then it was too late. Anyway, in high school or college or some point, he like started to, you know, you go to high school parties, and he DM'd me on AIM and was like, hey, been a long time. And I was like, yeah, it's been a while. And then he's like, so like I drank, and I was like, oh, wait, really?
Shut up.
I was like,
No way you
I was like,
said
yeah,
so.
no, he said that. He's like, so basically I went to a high school. He's like, you go to any parties? I was like, yeah, I go to parties. And then he's like, okay, like how many shots until you like, you know, do like till you get drunk? And I Googled, how many shots does it take for someone to get drunk? It's like 4 to 5. So I was like, yeah, like 4, 3, 4, something like that. And he's like, oh, nice. He said, everyone was like, just like, I never drank a sip of alcohol in my life. Bro, I was 16 years old or 15. I don't even know. And he's like acting all cool. Like, anyway. So.
On AIM.
Huh?
And this is on AIM
on
too.
AIM, yeah, we're still on AIM.
I've never heard of AIM either.
I just went through this. Jen, I actually miss her, and I hope she's well. Same with Samuk. I do know that sometimes it comes to bite me in the butt, like somebody finds what I say. My friend Helen messaged me the other day and was like, I didn't know that I bullied you in high school. And I'm like, oh my God, there was a TikTok about it. She's like, I'm so sorry I made you feel that way. And I was like, no, Helen, it's honestly funny, because one day in class, she looked at me and she's like, oh my God, that's so cute. You have like one eyelid and then you don't have an eyelid. And I was like, she's like, but it's kind of cute. And I'm like, now, like, I still think about that. She's like, your eyes are so uneven, it's so cute. And I'm like, bro. Okay, anyways, let's end this segment. I mean, the pod. I mean, the show.
She's trying to kick us off already.
I'm not kicking anyone off. From YouTube, MX Renee asks, what's your most embarrassing memory?
So in British schools, right? No, okay, you wouldn't use the bathroom as a guy, because you just wouldn't, because people would put their phone over the top, they would like bang on the door. Like, I had this rule that I wouldn't use the bathroom to go for a poop. So I would hold it in. You know, like you kind of need to go, it comes back with vengeance, and it's coming now, you know? So I'm in religious studies of all the lessons it could have been, religious studies, right? It's just started, I'm like, oh my God, I need to go. I'm holding this thing in. I'm like, I'm going, like, I'm about to do the most unholy thing in religious studies right now. It's going to be horrible. And I'm going to be known as the guy who has just pooped himself in this class. Anyway, I've gone into a cold sweat. I'm like shaking. Like people are looking at me. I'm like, looking at like 15 minutes left. If I just get out of here, it's fine. As long as I get out of here. So I managed to hold it in. I'm running, right? Getting out. I'm seeing my brother. I'm like, okay, it's when I'm driving. So I'm not even young at this point, by the way. I'm like 18, okay? So I'm running. And then I'm like, Ollie, we need to go like now. You know when you kind of like get closer to the toilet when you need to go, but it gets worse?
It's like your body senses.
Yeah, I had already reached that point about 30 minutes before, right? So I pull into my driveway, I go to the front garden and I just poop myself right in the front garden. And I'm talking like, it was horrible.
I can't believe that. Like you're that close to the toilet.
I was that close. I couldn't. It was like, it's now. And like also I was like, because I had made it out of school, I think my body was like, you're safe now. It's like you're
Did
finally
Ollie
safe.
see?
No, he shut the door, but I had to go outside and then like,
Clean it
up after, yeah.
Embarrassing story? Most embarrassing?
Okay, well.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I know. Okay. They both know this story. I didn't tell it on the last poop podcast.
No. Okay, tell it.
You got it. Oh my God,
This
it's
is
so
an
bad.
exclusive.
This was.
It's so funny because he wouldn't say this on stream. He's gonna say it now.
I didn't say it on
He
stream.
said he was gonna take this to his great.
I was
to
gonna
the
take
grave.
this to my
so
grave.
bad.
And this is also recent. Was it like this year? Like late last year? It's within the last few months. I don't know why. I ordered a bunch of Skinny popcorn, which is great, by the way. Not even an ad. I love that. But I had like a ton of bags of it, and I don't know why. I think I was like streaming much. I was really lazy. I was on this diet of just pure cold brew coffee, and then like I actually just didn't order lunch for like a day or two, and I just ate like 3 bags of the Skinny Pop popcorn. There's a lot of fiber. Okay, long story short, I got I guess medically constipated, and it was bad. I was like, and I don't know how much detail to go into.
Basically, you're gonna say this the whole story.
Okay, so I was medically constipated, and I went to poop, and the poop got stuck. So like, it's the weird, and I don't, it's a feeling, and then I can't explain it, but it's like the poop was stuck, and it was just.
How long were you pushing for?
Like an hour.
Were you? Oh God.
No. Well,
were your legs going numb?
Yeah, it was bad. But the thing is, it's like not even. It's like okay. It's something like I stood up, but it's like the poop was still there. Like it's like there at like the. It's
right at the entrance.
Right
it's like turtling.
Yeah, it's literally turtle, but it's like imagine like walking around while it's like, but it's like it won't come out, and I'm like walking around, and I am freaking out. I'm googling like what to do, and I happen to have a medical service that I use. It's called One Medical. Great, love them, fantastic. But they let you get like help on demand, and one of the options is you can like call in.
Like a FaceTime type of.
You FaceTime.
So the embarrassing part of the story comes into the point where, after trying to figure out what to do for like an hour or so, I FaceTime a doctor.
On the toilet?
On the toilet, FaceTime, and like I am red. I'm sweating. There are veins popping out. And I'm FaceTime after I've already like said like, hey, I'm really constipated. Like I don't know how to get this poop out. So like, it's like doctor, like very professional guy. It's like, hey, so Mr. Blau, like, how can we help you today? And I'm like, oh, the poop won't come out. He instructed me to excavate the poop. That was what he told me. He's like, excavate the poop from your butt and loosen it up, and so I.
With what?
With what, Blau?
I just freaked.
He clawed it out with his hand. He clawed it out with his hand.
And he said, do it very carefully. We don't want to like rupture anything. Just very, delicately do that. And I stopped eating Skinny Pop after that.
The best thing about it is I just wish that you had a screenshot of just your face, FaceTime, just downwards, bright red veins popping like, it's stuck.
But like, I was FaceTiming a doctor while I was like trying to poop. It was crazy.
Wow. Well, thank you so much.
You got to finish off with the poop story as
No,
well.
I have a
right?
different one. Close. Well, it's not poop. It's period. Okay, so so obviously, we get our periods. In high school, one time, you guys have definitely heard this story. In high school, so I had my period, but it was like kind of the later days of my period, so it starts to get a little brown. I'm so sorry. I was like thinking I was done with my period, so I was like, oh cool, I don't really need to wear a pad anymore. We're done. Okay, but it turned out like, oh, it's still coming out. So my fellow vagina havers, you guys know we have makeshift pads we make out of toilet paper. When you don't have a pad, you just take a piece of toilet paper and you wrap it around your hand a couple times, and then you just, and then you sit on it, and then it just, you know,
It's like a pad.
and then you toss it up. It's like a pad, but if you don't have one. So I made one and I did it, and I'm sitting in history class, and obviously the reason pads have a stick on them, like a sticker. This particular makeshift pad traveled up my jeans and out and landed on the floor behind my desk, okay, under the floor, and I didn't know. Okay, this girl named Shweta is like, ew, what is that? And I was like, what? And all the guys around me were like, oh my God, what is that? And I was like, I looked at it and I'm like, I couldn't even look at it. I was like, holy right? Because there's period blood on it, but it looks like you know what I mean? So I was like, oh my God, gross. What is that? Everyone's looking at it. I had to sit through the rest of class just knowing it was under my desk. Everyone's like whispering and going like, oh my God, that's so gross. The class is dismissed, everyone gets up, and I'm like, it's just me and the teacher, and I just pick it up off the ground and like run for my life. Anyways, I remember how mortified it was, and I couldn't do anything about it. No one wanted to touch it. Obviously, it's mine. That was like, I still remember how embarrassed I was. Like, just knowing people were all like whispering about it and like pointing at it. And like,
Did you manage to evade? Like, did no one suspect you?
I think people suspected me, but I was like,
They definitely.
so it was
It was like
literally,
underneath your
everyone
chair.
had their own little like student desk, you know, it's literally under my chair. So it's like right where it would fall. You know, it wasn't like 3 feet away, it was there. It's like, they're like, Leslie, you know, so.
I feel like if you could go back in time with the April Fools that you could channel now, you 100% would have blamed one of the other girls. You would have
Yeah, oh my God, was it you?
you would have
Oh
kicked it under the
my.
desk and be like, oh my God, did that just drop off? Like you would have 100% done that.
No, because I'm an empath, and I would never want to do that and make someone else feel that way. So I was willing to tank that feeling for my fellow students. Peyton Murphy off Instagram says, what is the most annoying thing being the American and British versions of one another?
I want to make jokes, like funny history jokes about like British versus US beef, but this guy doesn't know anything. He didn't know who Winston Churchill was.
Why would I need to know?
Is he a British?
See? Leslie doesn't know.
I think Winston Churchill was, I think he's British.
See?
Yes, and
he led the like war.
Which war?
The British, no,
See?
like the World War II.
Bro, this is what I'm saying, like, dude, and everyone's like, oh my God, NA education, and then Ellum, I'm like, dude, Ellum, I know more about your own country's history than you, and I try to make all these like references of like US versus like the UK, and he doesn't even know who the.
Because you just like history, you know history about everything.
There is like people who flex history, and I admit I do that sometimes. I think knowing who Winston Churchill is not flexing history. It's Winston Churchill. And you're British, bro.
Why would I haven't studied history since I was like 15. I don't know.
I'm this is why I get annoyed by it. What's your annoying? What annoys you about me?
I don't know.
Nothing annoys you about him? Sorry.
Why did you say it? Whoa, wait, Leslie, why did you say it like that?
I'm not,
Why
this is
did-
between you two, but there's nothing you find annoying. Sorry.
Oh my God, there is one thing. If he's using his phone or reading something else, I could say anything to him, and he literally cannot hear a word you're saying. I can have a full-on conversation. Just if he reads anything on his phone, I'm saying anything, he literally blanks it out. I have no idea how he does it. It's actually a secret talent.
Yeah, you don't hear. You don't, like, you'll just go, Blau, Blau, hey, Blau. It's not bad, it's just, you know, it's just that. Yeah.
I'm glad we got through that.
I'm glad you guys talked through your issues.
I'd rather do that than not know who Winston Churchill is.
What? Oh!
All right. Our final question is, what were your first impressions of each other? You were Riot Blaustoise. You worked there, and you were that one dude that like all the other like league streamers would like tag and complain about. I remember meeting him the first time I was invited for a Pike and Kaisa playtest at Riot, and I went there, and I remember he comes out. He's like, "Hello, everyone. I'm Blau. Blah, 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 and I'm just like, bro, I want to play. Just let me play test. That's all I was thinking. I was like,
I will admit, knowing now what I know about creators, if I was doing that job again, I'd be like, hey, welcome to Riot. Go play. I would not give you guys any.
I'm sure no, but the thing is, I didn't I
No,
wasn't
it's not-
much of a league player.
No,
like,
it's not just you. It's literally all like they don't. No one cares. Everyone just wants to go play the game.
Yeah, we do. And then Ellum, you were the in the Hafu lobbies. I would see your name a lot. And then I remember going, Ellum from the Hafu lobbies, the British guy. Psych was like, oh, my friend Ellum's gonna come join. And I was like, oh, Ellum, sure. And then we joined, and I remember being like, oh my God, it's Ellum. He's so friendly. And then I found out that day that I had like passport issues going to Japan. I freaked out, and I was like, I have to go right now. And because I found out like I couldn't go to Japan with my parents, and I was like devastated because my first time going to Japan. Anyways, so I felt really bad because like I have to go right now. I'll come back later. I really actually meant to come back, but I just couldn't figure out my passport stuff. and
So
that was it.
prior to this happening, Saikuno says to me, he goes, if she happens to leave, it's because she hates you. So, and then she left 10 minutes later. I was like, oh my God, she actually hates me.
No, I liked you. I was like, oh my God, I actually like this guy. He's so friendly. That was it. I thought you were the friendliest British guy ever. Okay, first impressions, go.
I didn't know that you were that tall.
Oh, wait,
I know. I saw you, and I just thought you were like still like be like normal.
Yeah, but like when we
I thought
first
you'd be, like,
spoke, like what was your first impression when we spoke?
Oh, yeah. I just thought you'd
Just a guy.
just a guy. Yeah.
Back in the day when Among Us was first, there was like a big server, right? And then people, I remember Happy would join a lot, but then one of the times you joined, I remember distinctly because you, sir, were a to me.
Yeah.
So I'm playing Among Us, right? And the sub train's going on. So I'm like, kind of like, oh my God, like this is insane. Like what's going on right now? I'm like, so I'm focusing on chat rather than the game. Someone dies, blah, 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 I get to a meeting. They say my name. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I've got like, this thing going on. It just doesn't happen. And then he goes, why is this guy reading chat when he's not imposter? You got to vote him out. and then I left the next game because I was like, this guy.
Actually?
Yeah. That's what I was. I remember this because your voice is very distinct. So I was like, yeah, it's that guy. And he played again after, and it was completely chill. He actually didn't remember who I was after, so it was fine.
You're so mean!
But like my actual first impression, I was like, you know what? It was
You've
like,
never heard that?
Yeah. I remembered it, but I never told you the story. I didn't know this. You were just like, I just honestly thought you were super, super friendly. Like, other than the fact I thought she hated me when I first met her because she left and never came back.
Sorry.
But
Sorry.
But no, just like just like a really nice person, just very easy to get along with.
Well, thank you very much. What time is it? We were told 12. Ah! Thank you so much for coming.
What's the time?
Thank you for watching another episode of We Three Thieves, presented by Lexus, our official auto partner. Thank you to our guests. This is Blau, at Blau on everything. This is Ellum, at Ellum. Thank you so much.
Bada yada yada
Yada,
yada
yada,
yada
yada,
yada
yada,
yada
yada.
yada. Sorry.
Leave any questions you guys have for future Q&As. You can check the Instagram story, social media, anywhere you can find 100 Thieves, and we'll see you in the next one.